Nikki with Peach Orchard Creations, and today I want to teach you how to sew curves. If you don't have any curvy pieces to sew and need to learn how to cut curves, I have a tutorial for that too. You can click right up here on the link and it will take you to my cutting curves tutorial. Also, down in the video notes, I will share my soon to release Woven Petals quilt pattern as soon as it's available. I will add that link down there. Let's get moving so you can start sewing your curves too.
This is the convex curve, and this is the concave curve. First, we're going to mark a middle point on both curves. So the convex curve, we're going to fold right sides together and crease or finger press in the middle. And the concave piece, we're going to fold wrong sides together and crease in the middle. Doing these specifically like this will help the creases nest together and help keep you on track for your curve so that you don't overstretch. Then you're going to nest the curves together, and you can either just watch that, or I like to pin it for extra security that my curves aren't going to be wonky at the end. Now, you just take and line up the ends right with each other. The trickiest part is now getting it under the presser foot and staying as is. You can pin here. I'm not a fan of starting off with a pin, but you can totally pin here. So then I just get it secure under there, put my needle down, and begin to sew. Let the convex curve on the bottom be your guide as you walk it through the machine. The other goal is to keep the top fabric, the concave curve, flat as possible. So this involves me lifting my presser foot with my needle down to make sure I'm not losing where I am, making sure my stitch is in line, but kind of working the fabric out as you see here. Then I'll lower the presser foot down again and begin. That's just me trying to eliminate any kinks or creases, but if you just work at a slow pace and let this walk itself through, it will naturally work out those kinks in most cases. Remove that center pin. You can feel the groove since we finger pressed it, so you don't have to worry about removing the pin. See, I'm just going to kind of flatten that area out and keep feeding it through the machine until you get all the way around the curve. I will say the second half of the curve always seems easier to me, but maybe it's just because I can see the end. Who knows? And again, this just involves lifting the presser foot, lowering the presser foot, and just working yourself through. Eventually you'll get to a point where you don't have to do that and you can just walk it through and kind of flatten out the curve as you go, and it'll turn out just fine. I sped it up here so that you can see me finishing off the block without it taking too long. Now on to pressing. So first I set the seam by just ironing the seam. Then I'm going to press the seam towards the convex, that bigger block. And I just kind of wiggle the tip of the iron to kind of flatten it out, and then I will flip it over and really press firmly once it's this direction, and try not to stretch at the same time, and then your block will be complete.